Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kevin Kyle coming to you live from the CAVOK Racing Network broadcast booth up in the tower here at the Monster Mile. And I'm joined here once again by the one, the only, Jared, the showboat Kelly. Jared, how you doing this evening?
Man, I feel right at home. We're back on the ovals this week. A little bit of a tough week last week for the drivers on the road course. Got to see a new winner. Someone locked themselves into playoffs, Peter Dunn. So another congratulations over to him. But it feels great to be back on an oval with 2 more races left to go in the regular season.
Well said, Jared. That is right. 2 races left in the regular season before these drivers go toe-to-toe into the playoffs. And remember, there is still chances for lots of these drivers to win their way into the playoff series. So watch for the desperation attempts and the moves here at the Monster Mile. It's going to be a 1-mile track, all made out of concrete here at Dover. Lots of different racing lines you can use. Just all depends on clean air. And in these Xfinity cars, it's going to be real challenge for these drivers getting out of the exit, staying under control, under power, getting out of the exits out of these turns. But Jared, what are you looking forward to today?
Man, this track has their own mascot. Miles the Monster, Concrete Monster, whatever you want to call him. I mean, we've seen it before on this series. Man, it's going to be a buffet for him today with these drivers.
Miles does look hungry, Jared. That track is starting to rubber up from qualifying just a little bit, as you can see on the track. The lower part of that track is a little more rubber than the upper area, so the low line is usually where you want to be. But coming out where the pace car is, there is an elevation change off the exits and into these turns that the drivers are going to have to keep an eye on as the race continues. But yeah, Jared, I'm real excited to see our field today conquer the miles here at Dover. And we have on pole Anthony Moss Jr. looks like qualified on pole. Joseph Luplis is going to be a P2 on the first row. Matt Oppinger is going to be row 2 with David Owens. Mitch Diamond, Sam Milliken are going to bring up row 3. And pace car is getting ready to head in. We're going to get ready to go green flag racing here.
Yeah, it's going to be great coming out of turn 4 as they hit the Geico restart zone. It's going to be the initial start. And green flag up in the air. We're racing on concrete tonight, boys.
Boop already up into the wall off that takeoff, but no worse for wear as he gets it under control and they head into the first corner.
Yeah, I think he was kind of flirting there with Miles, maybe to flatter him up so that he doesn't take him out early in this race, because he is still kind of close to that cut line as he goes for the lead here.
Side by side they go as Volpus takes the inside line, gets up in front of Anthony Moss Jr., shuts the door on him as they head into turn 1.
Yeah, he's got the point now for leading that lap. Let's see if he can hold on for the rest of the race and try and lock himself into the playoffs here. Did really good in the truck series for QRL Thursday night last week, finished 2nd here. And I talked to him Tuesday, he said he wanted to do 1 position better. Right now, he's on track to do so. Back in P5, Nate Maurer just made the move on Mitch Diamond. With that 5th position, they're going to be side by side coming out of 2. He's going to get the run there on the bottom. Watch on these new tires, it's going to be really easy to pass on the bottom, but as the run goes on, it's going to be really hard to clear that bottom lane when the driver above you's got that top lane with all the momentum.
Yeah, so far they're doing well, Jared, and then it looks like they got a nice Carolina Hurricanes paint job a little bit behind, let's see who that is, number 69, Christopher Knott. Shout out there to the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah, we got a smaller field tonight, 21 drivers, and it looks like 2 of them are already out of this race, I believe. Yeah, Jax Duvall and Billy Keffer, who's a rookie, did not start this race, so we're down to 19 drivers already. How about just right behind Christopher Knott and Mitch Diamond in that 14 car? That's our most recent winner, Peter Dunn, and apparently once you win, you get to choose your 2-digit number, and he finally went with the 14 with his Canadian teammate Terry Murphy, who's that last person to kind of get into the playoffs on points. Gonna try and have a really solid day here.
that number 14, that Canadian Tire Center car, looking great. Toyota Supra. Really love the paint job there, so shout out to him on that paint job as the two Canadians take advantage of working together here. Dave Kirkpatrick's right behind that Motorgenian draft car, looking to make a move also. I think that's good. Robert Richards, 99, following up.
Yeah, the battle's starting to heat up here for the first position. Anthony Moss Jr. let Joe take it on that initial start, let him lead the lap, but I just see Anthony Moss Jr. kind of gets his car rotated in the corner a little bit better, has a little bit of better exit off, but right now it's just trying to save the tires.
Yeah, we're on board right now with Anthony Moss Jr. You can just listen to that throttle fluctuate as he works the corners here.
Yeah, it's going to be all about patience tonight. The person that's the most patient with their car and the track, you're going to see in victory lane tonight. Last thing you want to do is get up outside to that outside fence out of 4 or 2.
All right, got a battle still heating up there between the two Canadians and Dave Kirkpatrick. All 5 cars are real tight together. You have Brandon Shelton running P15 right now, back 7 spots. He's probably going to be working on saving tires throughout this run.
Yeah, I think he's just going to try and keep his car clean, have a really good solid run here. I don't really know from Sunday. I don't know if he loves this track or hates this track. I don't really have a solid ruling on the opinion of Dover for old Brandon Shelton.
Yeah, Jared. I understand. I had something clever to say, but I lost it.
It's okay.
Tight pack racing, though, in the middle of the pack, they're really staying pretty close together. That's all Christopher Knott, Alex McWhorter, Mitch Diamond, and that 65 car, all in a real tight, close group, battling it out right now. Well, it looks like Jax the Ball might have had a problem there, Jared. I'm not even sure if he put any laps down or not.
I see Jax Duvall. I think
accident. 69 into the wall. Christopher Knott into the wall, Jared. All right, we're rewinding the footage here, Jared. We're going to take a look, see if we can pick up what exactly took place here.
Oh, he had a little bit of help. Definitely had a little bit of help there from the number 15 of Alex McCord. They were racing side by side through 3 and 4, and just unfortunately a bad little bump there in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, you can see it right there. Get just a little tap right there on the left rear quarter fender of the Carolina Hurricanes machine, sends him up into the wall. A little bit of damage there on the back end and the front. Hopefully not too worse for wear. Hopefully he doesn't need too much repairs, as that brings up the first caution of the night here at Dover.
Yeah, well, I can say one thing about that incident is Alex McCorder definitely rocked Christopher Knott like a hurricane.
Oh my, that's Jared. I don't know where you come up with that, but that's gold, pure gold right there.
That's fool's gold. That's what I call it. That was a really bad joke and a really bad punchline, but we got some extra technology up in the booth, and I wanted to try it out. So, but that's my one and only time I'm gonna use that new technology, and I wasted it on that.
All right, Jared. Looks like the number 98, Joseph Upa, still our leader, up 1 spot from the beginning of the race. Him and Anthony Moss Jr. basically traded spots right there. David Owens up a spot. Matt Oppinger, top 4, basically the same guys that started the race, but Graham McGriven, number 33, he's up 4 spots. And number 33, Worth Ford Mustang. right, so Jonathan Wright in that 04 car. He's going to be the first one of your drivers with fresh tires probably on that vehicle.
Yeah, 12th position. He should get a really good jump here if he's patient enough. He can kind of work his way up through the field.
You know, Jared, he only had a 7-second pit stop, and most other drivers had 14, 15-second stops, so maybe he just came in to check some damage. I'm not sure exactly. I'll have to keep an eye on it.
I think he maybe did a little bit of fuel only as well. Maybe kind of stretch out the tire life there. Because we did about a third of a fuel run there, around 15 laps. I kind of see the fuel window opening every 45 laps. So I see old Joe Vulpes pitting in at 45 laps, and I can see Jonathan Wright kind of extending that to lap 60.
Very well said, Jared. Thank you for that awesome information. Oh, excuse me.
Man, you falling asleep over there, Kevin?
Damn well feels like it, man. Joseph Vulpes, I don't know, was he blinking there for a second?
I think he may have had a small blink, but it looks like it's under control now.
Okay. Got the hamster back on the wheel.
But pace car lights are off, so we're gonna get back racing here next time by, and we're gonna see if old Joe can hang on to this. Hopefully, he won't be sleeping on the restart here. That'd be an unfortunate nickname to start calling him.
Oh man, beautiful.
I'm not gonna explain that joke because I like my job. I really do. Don't want to get canceled out of it, but
you can't get canceled if we're not getting paid for it, Jared. You're okay.
well, I get paid in bragging points, so. The pace car comes down pit road, and Kevin, I'm gonna let you call this this restart here, buddy.
Oh, thank you. He's gonna hit the Geico restart line. Looks like they're getting ready to get set, and away they go. Barney's throwing that flag as the flag cars come down, start finish line. And away they're off. All 19 cars underpowered. David Owens making that push for that second spot underneath Anthony Moss Jr. Looks like he's gonna have to clear, but they're door to door coming off of 2. Everybody else starting to follow in line together, but not David Owens and Anthony Moss Jr. He's making them work for that position. Looks like he's going to concede that. Anthony Moss is going to jump in front of Graham McGirvin, and they're going to go single file coming to the start-finish line for lap number 20. 19.
You're natural, Kevin.
Oh. David Owens looks like he might be pushing the point here, all over the back bumper of the 98.
Oh yeah, and those guys are teammates on Tuesday night, but here on Wednesday night, those guys are, I'm gonna guess, are rivals, championship rivals. I'm gonna start calling them now. Oh, he almost got up to the fence. Ooh, that was real close.
David does a great job making that pass, but here comes Anthony Moss Jr. trying to follow in line to make that pass on the 98 also. Going to use that hole that David opened up and make the pass complete as the Anthony Moss Jr. drives up to P2.
Nate Maurer is going to go one lap down as he slid out of turn 4 and kind of hit the inside retaining wall there on pit road, and he has disconnected, so he is going to be out of the race. Going to be our first car out of the race.
He is locked in, so not much for Nate to really have to race for. He's just waiting for the playoffs to start to see if he can continue his dominance through the playoffs. But we'll be all sitting tight watching for that to happen. As we go back to the live racing here, the top 4 drivers all pushing real good together. A little bit of separation between P4 and P5, and P5 is going to be that of Graham McGirvin. And he's got a rear view full of Mitch Diamond. As that badass Fans 65 Ford Mustang makes a pass on the inside. And is Dave Kirkpatrick going to follow in tow? Let's be careful here. Oh, as Graham gets in the wall just a little bit, and he gets in there again and touches Dave. They are able to save it. Drivers are going everywhere. 10 gets in the back of the 33, but no worse for wear as they keep it green flag racing here at Dover. But that caused a big pileup. Let's see if everybody gets straightened out back on the track. But that was unfortunate for Graham.
Yeah, I was kind of peeking on their silent teammate there, Brandon Shelton, right behind Ty Keeler, who started catching this pack due to that big checkup.
All right, David Owens starting to drive his not way away from this group, but he is 0.3 of a second ahead now of Andy Moss Jr. as these four continue to just drive around and take care of their cars and equipment. They got a long race ahead of them here. Got 135 laps here at Dover. And further back in the pack, we're going to take a look at Alex McWhorter all over the back end of Sam Milliken. Let's see how this fares for old Alex McWhorter this time. Oh, as Dave gets into the wall, just a little bit on that outer safer barrier wall.
Yeah, he definitely got tight, had to back out of the gas there. I don't think he really hit the wall that much. He's definitely got some rear end damage, but I don't think he got up into the fence there. But man, this is like Chicago traffic right here. This is like door to door, nowhere to go. It's definitely going to wear on some people's tires and patience as well.
Jared, whose tires take the most punishment when you're running door to side by side like this here at Dover?
I would probably say it's kind of equal on both sides. I mean, the person on the top is definitely going the longer way around, but I think the person on the bottom is definitely scrubbing them, trying to stay on that bottom line while also trying to complete a pass.
Yeah, I would think the inside line would have to, they're trying to fight to make that pass, and maybe they're a little cranked down on the wheel a little harder on the gas, trying to get around the guy.
But yeah, we kind of reached like half a fuel run for most of these guys, I believe. And as the tires start to wear, just kind of look at the lines that they're running. Right now, I'm kind of looking between Alex McWhorter and Fred Lester right behind him. They're starting to dime in the corner, so that's entering low, kind of getting up to the middle of the racetrack while diving it back down on corner exit, trying to maintain that momentum and speed.
Yeah, well said, Jared. I know it was important to get a nice low, exit low and be able to drive straight towards the wall, so just not having to deal with car getting loose on you as it gets lightened up over the elevation changes here. But yeah, Will said, just taking a look at these different lines is awesome to see as this race progresses.
Anthony Moss Jr. definitely kind of slowly but surely has started to catch David Owens, kind of getting closer and closer as each lap goes on. Definitely a little bit of long run speed out of that old 9 car.
Yeah, Jared, last time we checked in, David had 0.3 of a lead. Now it's down to 0.2, just under. So Anthony is making some progress on that. So keep an eye out for that Richards 99 car of Richards as he dives it underneath Lucas and takes away P3.
Yeah, and right now Anthony has the requirements to lock himself into the playoffs if he was to get a win here today, and that would throw a wrench into the playoff picture because right now he is 17th in the points outside that playoff picture. So it can definitely throw a wrench into things if he could get the win. But look at that 99 car of Robert Richards, definitely on some fresher tires. He's definitely trying to get a move on. He's gonna have to start trying that middle lane, see if he can get a run on the outside, maybe clear him. Gonna take a small peek to the inside of the old 9 car. He's gonna let him by. Definitely a tire advantage in that 99 car.
Yeah, well, it said that he is on the fresher tires, and you can just see him now starting to use that to his advantage. Next car back is Fred Lester. It looks like he was able to take tires too. That's going to be the number 10 car of Fred there in that Fox Chevy Camaro.
And I believe him and old Robert Richards are teammates, along with Nate Mower. Nate Mower out of this race, but I believe those guys are teammates. So definitely the same strategy going on there with those two.
Robert Richards takes the lead now here at Dover as he completes a lap as the leader. David Owens follows right behind in P2 in that 11 car. Anthony Moss Jr. picks up third.
Now you're going to see the handling of David Owens' car change completely. Right now he's in the dirty air. He's in the wake of that 99 car in front of him. It's going to make the nose of that car push even harder, so he's going to get out of the gas a lot longer than he was used to with that clean air. But so far they haven't catched any lap traffic. So far everyone's still on the lead lap.
Yeah, taking a look back here at Alex McWhorter and Matt Albinger, they're going side by side here. Alex is looking to the inside as they come into turn 3 here at Dover. Looks like he's going to make that pass complete, but Matt is not going to let that go that easily. He is going to let that slide up in front of him and get in line as Sam Milliken in that 17 now has got Albinger in his sights.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hurt you momentum-wise when you're racing side by side like that.
Matt's
I noticed
up in the wall just
that
a little bit too.
I noticed that a little bit there Tuesday night when you're racing side by side. It makes it a lot easier for the cars behind you to get a run on you. As we see the 04 car of Jonathan Wright starting to catch this pack as well due to all the racing going on in front of him. He's going to want to try and make the pass on the 82 car as fast as possible just so he can catch up to the 14 and 17 when they eventually battle.
And the 04, Jonathan Wright, is he also teammates with Mitch Diamond now and Matt Albinger?
I will look at that. Yes.
Okay. They added one more to their fold. I don't know. Yeah, because I know Mitch and Matt.
Mitch, Brandon, Matt, Jonathan. Those are our teammates right now in that group. And David Owens gave up the position for P2 to Anthony Moss for P2. So, yeah, David's definitely hurting there with the dirty air going on the nose of his race car.
Coming back to P7, P6, looks like Sam Milliken's trying to hold off Peter Dunn. But Peter Dunn's got a run on the inside now, is on the left rear quarter fender of Sam. Dies it back under behind him, trying to get a run here.
Yeah, now watch the run he gets. He's going to dive into the bottom of the racetrack here, get a really good solid run there. Oh, he's going to hold the bottom, kind of slow up the momentum there for old Peter Dunn. That was a smart move by the 17 car, taking his lane.
Yeah, Peter Dunn had a little bit of a crossover move there, just got away with it. Didn't let off the throttle because almost got in the back end of Sam, but it was able to work out. And that number 14 car, Peter Dunn, moves up another spot now to P8, up 5 spots from the beginning of the race.
Oh, and the 04 is going to try and go to the outside of the 17. That was a bold move. Trusting the tires on your car to stick and not getting up to the outside fence, causing an issue. But here comes the 2 car teammate right behind him.
17 and the 4 side by side right now. No one's giving an inch.
Here's when the 04 needs to get the power down, get the pull out of the straightaway. There he goes, and the 2's going to follow through 3 and 4. He's going to let him by.
Yeah, Sam just needs to let him take the spots and regroup and just get back in the rhythm here. Long race to go still. Checking back up with our leader right now, Robert Richards. He is off to the races, up 3-second lead over Anthony Moss Jr. Anthony Moss Jr. running P2 with David Owens, about 0.8 of a second behind Owens. Owens is holding on to P3, but Fred Lesser, number 10 rookie, up 15 spots. So great job there by old Lester.
Yeah, it was definitely the strategy call there at our last caution on lap 14 to come down and get 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Definitely the advantage for the 99 and this 10 car. Definitely working out for their favor, adding a little bit more mileage there before the guys in front of them pit, which should be close to any time now for the 9 and the 11.
Yeah, Jared, that's just the gamble you got to take when you're out here racing. Or you think it's going to be a long green flag run where those new tires are going to make a huge difference, or is it going to be lots of cautions? But with this smaller field, 20 drivers, you might need to lean towards the, conservative side of not there being that many cautions right now, but that can all change in an instant.
Yeah, and the 33 car of Grant McGivern calling out that he's going to pit road here, so we're definitely going to see some green flag pit stops start. But now we got to look at the strategy call for the 99 and the 10. They took the tires there on that first caution at lap 14. But that gets rid of almost a set in case there was a late caution here. Because I definitely think they need to make one more stop by the end of the race, or two more stops maybe, to make it to the end.
Yeah, it's all fine and dandy if it stays green flag racing. Then you made the right call. But we've had long races. These drivers, especially like I say, like there's not that many drivers. I feel like a long runs, we could go green the rest of the way. It is possible, and with this skill of these drivers, it is possible. I know we had a lot of issues, a lot of incidents earlier in the season, but it seems like everybody's got their attitudes in check, and everyone's racing clean right now, trying to get into the playoffs.
And the 10 car, Fred Lesser, went down pit road earlier than I was expecting, but he's definitely going to try and pull the move. I don't know if he took tires there on that last pit stop. I want to say he did, just because of the speed out of that race car, but car still on the lead lap in case a caution were to come out. Be an unfortunate caution for those down on the pit lane.
Right now, Robert Richards working on the 18 of Terry Murphy. Terry Murphy in that 18 car trying to hang on to that lead lap position, but he's not going to be able to. That's a tall pass the order for old Terry Murphy on those older tires.
Yeah, he looks like he's got enough speed if he can get the run there on the 99, just kind of battling with the tightness of the car on probably corner entry, middle of the corner is where I'd say he's kind of getting tighter. But probably needs to crank down the brake bias, maybe a few, 0.5% or maybe a full percent, maybe getting down on the brakes, kind of rotate that car. But yeah, here comes the 10 of Fred Lester right behind our leader, Robert Richard, trying to unlap himself, get himself back on the lead lap. Or actually, that would get him one of his laps back because he was 2 laps down.
Oh, as they go side by side there. A little stall there for Robert Richards as did not give him too much room there.
And here comes the 11 of David Owens down pit road. So definitely a pit call had to be made there for our driver in P3. Dave Kirkpatrick announcing coming down pit road this time by. Here comes the 98 of Joe Volpus, our outside pole sitter. Mitch Diamond coming down pit road as well. So definitely more fuel mileage than I was expecting from the guys that stayed out on that first caution, but here comes the 15 of Alex McCorder as well. '17 as well, making the trip down pit road, and we heard it all week on the broadcast on T, Kevin, that this is the hardest pit road to try and get down to speed, and if you don't get down to speed or hit that commitment box, it's gonna penalize you pretty hard.
Yeah, Jared, and that's the worst case scenario for any of these drivers here is to have a pit lane penalty. It's already hard enough racing the guys on the track, but that drive-through penalty on this short a track is definitely going to push you a couple laps down here. So it is imperative on these shorter tracks and how tough of entrance this is to have it practiced and dialed in.
Robert Richards, our leader down pit road this time. He's going to get all 4 fresh Goodyear tires and some fuel to try and make it to the end of this race. Had a really strong long run car there, just looking to get a new set of tires to free it up a bit, get back going and try and pick up where he left off there.
That's going to have cycled out Jonathan Wright in that 04 car up 15 positions. He is going to be leading the race now, but right behind him, Peter Dunn in that 14 car. Oh, I'm sorry, that is the 90. That car is a lap down at the moment. Is that Scary Wright as he's trying to get his lap back. Matt Oppinger is in the same boat as well. So Jonathan Wright, the next guy that is on Jonathan Wright's same lap is going to be Brandon Shelton. Here comes Peter Dunn into the pits. Just speaking of Peter.
Yeah, Peter also going to do the normal fuels, pit strategy, 4 tires and fuel to make it to the end. Definitely got one more stop in him. Had a really solid long run car. I think he pitted there on that first caution to extend the fuel mileage. Just kind of getting tight there as the run goes on.
Last stop in is lap 14. And he's going to put a pit stop. Yeah, so they're probably stretching this thing out, knowing Brandon and them probably trying to just figure out how to do one more stop here on fuel to make it to the end of this race.
Yeah, I don't really see it being possible to make it to the end of the race on one stop. I think that's kind of pushing it a little bit, but I could be wrong. I was a little bit wrong with my math on the fuel strategy. Didn't get the math right there. So that's an apology on my part.
It's all right, Jared. We never took you as a math expert. You do drive a dirt car for a reason.
Yeah, I don't need math when I drive a dirt car. Still watching for these guys to make the trip as I think we get a yellow. Oh yeah, no, Dave Kirkpatrick. On the back straightaway, I think he got up into the wall one too many times.
Does a great job of getting that thing turned around between 2 cars there.
Oh, and he got hit by Sam Milliken, so some front end damage there for the 17 car, but that's going to work perfectly for our drivers that didn't pit just yet. So they're going to get their free pit stop this time. And that was a longer run too, so that could hurt some of the drivers, putting them a lap down.
Yeah, we're going back to the replay here to see where we can see what happened to Dave. Looks like he's getting a little loose there. The butt end is starting to kick out on his rear there. And like you said, Jared, Sam had nowhere to go. Dave locks it down. Sam tries to come up against the wall, just tags him in the rear bumper there, spins Dave around, but that could have been a lot worse. So good job there by Sam, trying to mitigate as much damage as he could, but that was a pretty nasty hit though. So we'll have to see how this shakes everything out here as we go back.
Well, now we've got pit stops happening for the drivers that didn't pit. The 04 car of Jonathan Wright really just wanted the track position there. He's going to get all 4 fresh tires and fuel. Brandon Shelton running in that second position, got a little bit tight there in the middle of that the middle of the corner later in the run. Also getting the 4 fresh tires and fuel. I'm trying to see who our yellow dog will be. I want to say it might be Graham McGivern.
Yeah, I want to say it's going to be Graham too. Let's see if they send Graham around.
Oh, no, Graham's pitting, so I think we already had it, our lucky dog, and I think we missed it.
Dang it. It's my favorite part. Well, Jared, I heard a rumor that Pim was going to be back broadcasting the playoff series at Kansas for Bonfire Premier Cup.
Oh man, Pim does a great job Sunday mornings. Fortunately, it's just him up in the booth all by himself. I know he's definitely a little bit lonely up there, but he had me last season, and I got a opportunity to hop inside a cup car for Team FOCM, had to take it. But Pim, you do an amazing job on Sunday mornings. I can't wait to watch it, and hopefully I'll get the win, and maybe I'll get a championship for us CAVOK drivers or CAVOK broadcasters. I'm gonna work on that for you, buddy.
And then Jared, well said. And then Pim, we're always looking forward to when you get in the booth for us. It's always a great Sunday morning with you there, Pim. And also, Jared, so what's this Monday night? Do you know anything about the Monday night broadcast and who does that? Does Pim do that also?
I think Pim does it too, but he definitely has help. I don't know off the top of my head who helps him, but it's the Alfred Touring cars on the road courses. So those guys do an amazing job. I think the last time I saw they were, I saw them at Long Beach. I saw them at New Hampshire, trying to figure out where they were last week. I watched a little bit of it. Road Atlanta is where they were at.
That's a tough course.
Monday. So.
Yeah, I have no love lost for Road Atlanta. I think I had the most incidents I've ever had in a race there. I didn't even hit anybody.
Well, I don't think it was the track. I think it was the driver.
I think so. All right, we're on board here at Taikilla, and looks like our anime girl on the hood could use a little love in there. Looks a little out of shape in all the wrong places, but we're gonna be on board here as we get the green flag, and we're on board behind Jonathan Wright as he takes the restart zone, Geico. And away they go, ladies and gentlemen, and they are off on board Taikilla. Gonna follow in line here behind Brandon Shelton as they dive it down into turn one. Easy on the throttle on these tires.
Yeah, and you gotta realize the guys on those older tires has the chance of spinning them on this concrete track. It's kind of a characteristic with these concrete tracks. It's very easy to spin the tires. Luckily, no issues there on the restart throughout the field, but Brandon Shelton putting the pressure onto his teammate, Jonathan Wright, our points leader for the regular season.
Jared, stop me if I'm wrong, but it's like almost deja vu.
Yeah, I know. I think what now Brandon's kind of focusing on is not wrecking his teammates.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's something he has in his mind here as the number 2 gets a good run here on the 4. Like you said, teammates mean a lot to Brandon Shelton here at Dover as the little piggy makes his way around turn 3.
He may have a little piggy on the rear bumper, but he's the big bad wolf on the racetrack if you're in front of him.
All right, we got some more action heating up as David Owens is back and mired in traffic against the 90, the 9, and the 15. Alex McQuarter, they are all over each other as they make the low line underneath the 90 and try to get by.
And the 9 and the 11 have been stuck together all race long, racing nose to tail since the start of this race. Definitely gonna try and outperform here against each other, but they gotta try and get up front if they have a chance to win this race and block either of them inside the playoffs. I know David's real hungry. Shoot, by this time in season 1, he already had a win, locked himself into the playoffs, so he's hungry, desperate for a win.
I can smell the desperation from up here in the booth there, Jared, as that number 11 car makes his way around the track, following the line behind Anthony Moss Jr. there.
Dave Kirkpatrick in front of them, kind of pulling away from those guys behind him, but right in front of Dave Kirkpatrick, the 10 car of Fred Lester trying to pick his way up through the field after that untimely yellow.
Speaking of untimely things there, Brandon Sheldon just made a pass on this teammate in the 04. It's going to take the lead now. It's going to show young Jonathan right there the ropes here as that number 2 takes a lead lap here at Dover.
And it's kind of been a while since we've seen this 2-car in victory lane. Daytona for the season opener, and I think Las Vegas on a fuel mileage call. But the 04 is actually going to take the lead back. I think Brandon just wanted the bonus point. He's going to try and get his teammate into the playoffs. He's going to play the ultimate team game.
Oh, that's a good theory there you have, Jared. I do see that being a possibility, knowing the type of guy Brandon is, as they are 1-2 here coming down. But I don't have our, sorry about that, don't have our scoring timing table up. Running P3. A little bit of front end nose damage on that number 24 car. Look at Alex McWhorter, David Owens. This group of 3 drivers really battling out as David's going to try to look on the inside, but Alex McWhorter shuts the door on David a little bit there, doesn't leave him any room. This is hard racing here with 81 laps down in the book. 56 laps to go.
Definitely a long ways to go before the end of this race. Definitely one more pit stop is in them to try and make it to the end, I believe. So some of these guys may be trying to save fuel. Other guys may be trying to get the track position to maybe pit. But we could have another fuel strategy call in the making.
Jonathan Wright's doing a great job. He's got his teammate behind him, and the next competitor's the Tykilla. They've increased his lead over a second and 3/10 right now. So Wright's looking good right now. As we continue to click down the laps here, it's over. Got a good battle here between the 10 and the 99. Robert Richards and Peter Dunn in that 14. They are stuck a lap down, unfortunately for them. That's Peter Dunn, Terry Murphy, Graham McGivern. A couple of cars that might have got stuck on that yellow flag.
Well, that's the thing about racing. You go from the highest of highs, get into victory lane for the first time in the QRL series. Now a lap down here at Dover, but that's just part of racing. But there's a lot to come here out of that 14 car. I can kind of feel it. He's going to have a really strong run there in the playoffs this season.
Yeah, and don't look now. Robert Richards has made his way up to P5 right now. He's knocking on the door behind that 69 of Christopher Knott. Christopher Knott trying to take away that line, give him jerky air to get him tight to push up into the corner, but looks like Robert might have his number here.
Always going to block him going into turn 3. I think maybe Robert has some better tire life on those Goodyear rubbers, but the 69 is definitely trying to do everything he can to not get pushed back to the field. But there it is on the older tires. It's really hard to complete the pass on the bottom. You gotta get out of the gas so long. But that was a big break there for Christopher Knott in the 69.
Yeah, looking at last pitted, Jared, looks like Christopher Knott last pitted 67, Robert Richards 57 or 58. So Christopher Knott does have the tire advantage in theory. But that's not everything here when you're racing, just because you need to know how to use them.
Well, Jonathan Wright is pulling away from his teammate Brandon Shelton. Almost a 2-second gap separating those two.
Well said, Jared. It looks like, yeah, you're going to have to get around Brown and Shelton if you're going to want to get to Jonathan Wright. Is what it seems like it's going to be, but no one can really catch Brandon either. So just have to keep an eye on this and see how that turns out as the race continues on. We do have some close battling right now with Joseph Vokless and David Owens. David gets a little bit loose coming off that turn. You can see that back end of there just swaying a little bit as he gets off an exit. But Vokless looks underneath David Owens. David's kind of using that high line. You can kind of see this coming as the 98's going to get to that left rear quarter fender. Not this time by, but maybe the next time as David tries to protect that line.
Yeah, watching turn 3, Joe's gonna try and do the diamond move and go up the racetrack, come back down, get the run on the front straightaway. But he's gotta get at least to that left front tire if he's gonna be able to make the pass.
David's doing a great job holding his position and defending it. You can't blame him on that as he's holding on to dear life for P9 right now.
Right now, Jonathan Wright is our fastest car on track. Almost a tenth faster than his teammate Brandon Shelton in second, running a 24.8, while everyone else is kind of running a 25 second lap.
And Joseph moved back to that battle between Joseph and David. Joseph had his quarter fender but could not close the deal as David starts to drive away. Joseph needs to work on that technique and get there. He has the car to do it.
Yeah, right now he's really trying to get past David Owens, but I feel like it's just going to hurt his tire life even more. He's diving in the corner, being real aggressive on the right rear, trying to get the drive off. At some point, something's got to give, either the driver or the tire.
Looks like Graham McGriven just moved up to P16 as a pass Gary Wright. And these are the drivers are off on a lap right now. Just an update on that situation.
Yeah, Graham and both Gary are 2 laps down due to the way they came out with their pit stops. Sun's coming out, clear sky is going to heat up the track temp, going to make it more slippery for these drivers to handle.
Yeah, Jared, right now, these drivers are running a second over one of their best laps to run, so you can just see the tire fall off, so over a second right now about. And you're right about the right, he is running the fastest laps on the track. Alex McCord ran at 24.98, so let's keep an eye on Alex as he's starting to maybe pick up the pace or saving his tires the right way for the long run here.
Yeah, I'm continuously looking at this battle with Joe and David Owens. He can get them maybe once or twice, get a really good run off the corner, but just fails to get right next to him. I think it's just due to the tire life and maybe that dirty air that David's throwing on the nose of that 98 car.
So Jared, in that situation, you just need to understand, like, I'm gonna hurt my car more trying to pass this guy over and over again than just kind of running my own line and saving my tires right now.
Well, what I think he needs to do is, with these Xfinity cars, the way, I mean, they still have tape on the front grills of these cars. That's something they're still doing with these Xfinity cars. And if you're just following in the wake of some car in front of you inside the corner, it's gonna make your car really tight through the corner. So you gotta try to find a different line, get out of the wake of that car in front of you to get some clean air on the front of your car. And right now, I just see Joe following in the tire tracks of David Owens in front of them. And as you can see now, the gap is about 4 car lengths. And so definitely hurt the handling of that car being behind David Owens for so long.
Yeah, and that just also shout out to David Owens there fending off Joseph and hanging on to that spot as now he's trying to get all he can out of that NOS Energy number 11 car.
Yeah, gaps around half a second there between those guys.
Well, David just ran that last lap he ran was a 25:33. Kind of consistent with everyone. Tykilla, he ran a 25:42, ran in a 58, and right a 30. So maybe this thing stays green. It'll work into David's favor.
Yeah, just in front of David Owens, the 9 car of Anthony Moss Jr. is right behind Alex McCorder. These guys have been racing for the majority of this fuel run. They haven't really been moving around, shuffling around, racing each other hard, trying to make it to the end on their tires. But Anthony Moss Jr., a great driver, raced against him Tuesday night for the 2nd position. Eventually I won in the end of that battle, but it was really good racing side by side with him there at the end of Tuesday night in the trucks. Pulled an old dirt move through a slide job right in front of him in turn 1. I get it. I started talking about dirt racing.
Alex McCorder, he's not, is he racing Lester? No, Lester's in the 10. So Alex's next car, he's trying to catch the 99, but that number 14 car, Terry Murray, he's driving angry because he is upset. He's got stuck a lap down here.
That's Peter Dunn in the 14.
Oh, Peter Dunn. Sorry about that there, Terry.
And he is trying to catch Fred Lester in the 10. So, turns out you don't know what you're talking about there, Kev, so
well, that's
maybe leave the talking to the expert.
I'm just hoping enough people aren't really listening where I slide under the radar.
That's unfortunate because we got 7 people watching today's broadcast right now.
That is unfortunate.
Those 7 people watching, feel free to start laughing at Kevin in the comments section.
Well, the 15 and the 14 side by side. Alex is going to clear that 14, but Peter Dunn is going to make it hard on Alex's, but Alex does clear him. And now Alex McCorder's got the number 10 in his sights. But the 10 makes a move on Robert Richards. Robert Richards gets thrown out to the outside, and Alex McCorder's going to try to follow in suit and get underneath the 99 and make another pass. As the 99 might be getting shoved further in the back after that strong run in the beginning.
Yeah, Alex is going to need to throw it in there, maybe pull the slide job on him, get up in front of him, compromise his exit.
Looks like Diamond might have entered pit lane, so we have our first pit stop of the green flag cycle. Mitch Diamond is in pit lane.
Yeah, with 25 laps left remaining in this race. I mean, I feel like I called it. Most of these drivers going to have to pit. And Mitch Diamond's going to try and pull the undercut to get the lead. Tykilla pitting in. Oh, the 69 of Christopher Knott almost missed it. And he missed pit road. Catastrophic for the 24 car missing pit road. lost all those positions.
Robert Richardson also this time in. He is in.
Here comes the 9 car of Anthony Moss Jr. coming to turn 3. He's going to get down on pit road. Hopefully he's going to make it, as he's going to follow Ty Keela, who missed it originally on that last time around.
Baby. Hold on to that car. 9 holds on, able to get in the pit lane, no problem.
Yeah, 24 struggling within traffic. We're going to see what he does here down on pit road, see what the strategy call is. I'm going to assume 4 tires and fuel. And as the 9 car of Anthony Moss Jr. Just kind of stuck in traffic, can't really show what all his race car can do. It's going to get all 4 tires for that old 9 car. Here comes Alex McWhorter down pit road as well. Jonathan Wright still our leader in the 04 car. Now 6/10 ahead of his teammate Brandon Shelton. But the trick here about pit road is you're not going to want to be that last car to make the fuel cycle. You're going to lose a lot of positions that way. You're going to want to try and be a smack dab in the middle, time it right. As the 04 is going to come down pit road this time, it's going to cycle Brandon Shelton as our leader.
It almost sounds like Brandon's shutting the car off.
And he could be. He may be trying to save a little bit of fuel as best as he can.
Yeah, we're on board right now with Brandon Shelton on the onboard cam. You can see those RPMs dropping down to 0, coming into the turns. Well, let's take another listen to this, folks. This is amazing work here by Brandon. He's shutting off the car, pushing in the clutch, getting the most fuel mileage out of this poor Chevy Camaro as he can. We'll see how that pays off as the laps count down, as we got 19 to go here at Dover. Only time will tell if Brandon can hang on.
Yeah, right now Brandon's doing 26-second laps. Almost 2 seconds slower than what our leader, or those that came down pit road, did. Fastest lap with Ty Keela with a 23.9.
Now Fred Lester, he last pitted. He's gonna, the way he's running, it seems like he's gonna be coming in. He's gonna have to get fuel also, unless there's something else going on. He last pitted lap 68. Go on board with the old Lester there and take a look at here. Oh no, Lester's also pulling the engine shutting off maneuver. Lester's also gonna have to trick up his sleeve.
Joe Volpes going down the pit lane. He's going to give up that 4th position.
Well, Jared, so you got Brandon Shelton and Fred Lester both saving the hell out of their cars on fuel. I'm going to go on board with Christopher Knott and see what he's up to.
Well, it's going to be 15 laps to go in this race. I don't think that they can make it to the end. There's just no way I see it possible.
Maybe they're hoping for a yellow, and then they're only going to be, you know, P4. Worst they can be is P4 or P5, restarting with fresh tires.
Yeah, but here comes the pass for the lead. Fred Lester in the 10th, going on the inside of Brandon Shelton. Probably had to use a little bit more fuel. But they're just going to have to keep letting the cars go by, hope they don't lose that many positions.
Christopher Knott, Peter Dunn, all on this whole plan. trying to keep the car. So is Peter done? No, he still needs a pit stop, or they're all saving fuel. Yep. Well, Ty Killa, he is the car to see if he can catch up to any of these drivers trying to save fuel right now. This is going to be very interesting as Robert Richards is on the back bumper of the cars that last pitted, and they're trying to chase down these fuel savers. But you can see the gap is 29 seconds and diminishing as the laps go down very quickly. But they need to catch up faster than a second a lap to even make this happen. What a battle.
Oh, we got yellow.
Robert Richards.
Oh, big issue for Robert Richards.
I'm going to go back and see what happened there.
He gets into the back of Ty Killa, and Anthony Moss Jr. just runs him over. Jonathan Wright running over Ty Killa as well there at the very end. And that was a admin thrown caution by race control Jax Duvall. So definitely that's going to help Brandon Shelton, Fred Lester, Christopher Knott, and Peter Dunn.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Robert Richard. Had a real fast race car. Same thing with Ty Killa and them. They were really running down the pack. It would have been awesome to see if they were going to be able to hold on with fuel or not. But we are going to go back live and see if we can pick up these pit stops happening now.
Yeah, Fred Lester coming down pit road into his box, going to pick up 4 fresh tires and fuel. Trying to save fuel there at the very end. Got very lucky with that caution. And he's going to try and get ready to rock and rolling here on the final 10 laps at Dover. Christopher Knott Jr. on the back end of that fuel saving. Wasn't going to make it to the end, but really glad this caution came out. And how about Brandon Shelton in the 2 car? Was really saving fuel early, shutting off the car, and everyone else kind of started following him and doing that.
Yeah, big shout out to our crew in the booth here at CAVOK Racing Network for picking up that strategy by Brandon and Lester. All the boys and women, men and women here that work for us, doing the hard work with these cameras in these cars, audio, sampling, everything. Can't say enough for all the hard work they do. So a big shout out to all the men and women that make this possible.
Peter Dunn coming down pit road. I hope that doesn't put him a lap down, because he was going to have a really strong finish if he doesn't have to go a lap down. But whole bunch of cars going to get the wave around. Going to try and maybe regain hope to try and win this race, get the warmer tires.
So you're telling me there's a race control?
Yeah, starting this week, race control from Jax Duvall. Kind of looking over the initial starts in case someone was going to get a black flag on an initial start. They'd go over, look over that, see if they jumped the start or not, and if they feel as though it was not a genuine penalty and iRacing just gave it to him, he would clear him, kind of free up David Owens, let him race, not have any issues.
Yeah, because I know it takes a lot of work. I've wrecked I don't know how many times trying to change tires or whatnot while I'm racing, and I can't just imagine trying to clear black flags or whatnot and racing. So big shout out there to Jax Duvall at the race control here at NASCAR for the QRL Xfinity League. Jax Duvall, his PayPal account is open, so feel free to send him any bribes or grease you would like to call it his way. He is taking donations.
Well, as those cars get the wave around from the pace car getting their laps back, it's going to put Fred Lester and Brandon Shelton on the front row.
Oh my, we're gonna have a shootout.
So we're gonna have some lap down cars in between those cars that just got the wave around. Mostly looking at Graham McGivern, Gary Wright.
All right, Jared, is this thing going green to the flag, or are we gonna have another caution here at the mile?
I don't know, Miles the Monster is pretty hungry, but we're gonna have 6 or 7 laps remaining of this race. A long time to go, but it's gonna be the battle of the fresh tires as Fred Lester gets the restart zone there, kisses the wall, trying to pull the old Joe Vulpes from the initial start of the race, but Brandon Shelton gonna tuck in line right behind him.
It's a kiss for good luck.
Oh, and once wrecking into the infield, that's Gary Wright, and we're gonna have another yellow.
Oh, the humanity. Gary Wright destroys the back end of that car. Terry Murphy.
Oh, and I think Joe Vulpes is also involved there. Yeah.
They're still
Terry
wrecking,
Murphy.
Jared. They're still wrecking.
Alex McCorder, Matt Opplinger.
Oh, not Alex McCorder. Oh, that's terrible. That's just terrible. All right, Jared, I'm going to rewind this beautiful bean footage and see what the camera's picked up here. I'm going to take a look at Gary Wright. All right, everything's looking good. Wright comes down in front of McGivern. No issues yet as we're looking live at the replay. All right. Oh, Gary gets loose. The 90 gets loose. All bent out of shape in front of Graham. Graham gets away, but Gary in that 9-0 and into the wall here at the concrete barrier comes back out in the live traffic, and it's a scramble to get away. David Owens barely gets out of there. He escapes. Who else got involved in that? Alex McCorder? Where's he? Oh, okay. We found it. We found the footage. Let's back this baby up. See what happened. Oh, David Owens gets involved. Okay. David Owens tries to escape, gets loose, sends Alex McCorder into that outer barrier wall, gets in front of Joe Vulpes. Vulpes gets hit. Oppinger T-bones the 15 right in the side. Hopefully those door panels are stronger than Kyle Larson's passenger side as he gets spun down in the inner barrier wall as that crash continues to collect people. But we are having pit stops as we go back live with Jared, the showboat Kelly.
Yeah, really lucky on David Owens' end. Getting that caution, got a little loose there in the middle of that wreck. Gonna get all 4 fresh tires and fuel. Try and make it to the end of this race. Gonna have the tire strategy. Joe Vulpes involved in that last wreck. Gonna try and get as much damage repaired as he can, as Alex McCorder leaving pit road from getting his damage repaired as well.
I'm really starting, another shout out to Discord, the app. The soundboard thing is the future. I'm really impressed with everything they're bringing to our broadcast there, Jared. Just the ability to bring in drivers to communicate and all that. It's very well done, Discord. Just want to give a shout out to Discord. Thank you.
Hey, I promised I wasn't gonna overdo it, make it not funny. I'll let you use it as much as you want.
I'll kill it. I'll kill the son of a
No,
gun.
you're all good. You're all good, man. I don't care what you're doing.
I'll bury it. I will kill him. Oh, as Graham comes on the outside as a lucky dog. Look out, everybody. He is coming by in a hurry.
Yeah, pulling the old Chastain move.
Hey, Chastain didn't do nothing wrong, guys. I am a Chastain supporter. You guys go barking up another tree.
I accidentally hit the wrong button and left the Discord chat in the middle of that conversation, so I didn't hear any of that. I hit the wrong button. So
It's okay. You didn't want to hear what I had to say.
that's right.
Jared, we got 3 laps here at the Monster Mile. Those pace car lights are off. We're getting ready for a showdown.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 to go. It's going to be a regular attempt at a green-white checkered. Brandon Shelton's going to have to be up on the wheel if he's got a chance to win this race against Fred Lester. Fred Lester not eligible to make it the win and you're in to the playoffs as a rookie. Joined, I think his first race was last week. But we could have a first-time winner, maybe with Fred Lester or even maybe Christopher Knott, or maybe a repeat with Peter Dunn in that 4th position. But they're going to hit the Geico restart zone, and Fred Lester is going to pull away.
All right, now it's up to Brandon Shelton to chase him down and then all these other drivers in tow. And look now, it's Peter Dunn, a Canadian Tire car, up at P3, trying to make his car known. Trying to get up there, hold off that Carolina Hurricanes car. Been up front all day. It's him and Christopher Knott trade spots right now as Knott's got the inside line. As they're battling out side by side. Mitch Diamond letting these 2 battle it out. Does not want to get involved, but they are door by door.
Yeah, white flag this time out of 2. Fred Lester leading with Brandon Shelton in tow. Gap's now 3/10. Can Brandon throw it in? Let's see it. Not enough. Out of 4. Fred Lester, your winner at the Monster Mile.
Great job there by Lester. He gets up picks up his first win. Congratulations to him. Christopher Knott, another rookie, picks up P3. Great job there by Christopher Knott. Mitch Diamond comes in P4. Anthony Moss Jr. is going to pick up P5. Peter Dunn going to end up at P6. Jonathan Wright going to come in at P7. Robert Richards, great race, strong run, but it's going to end up with a P8 finish today. Ty Killa going to end up with P9. Alex Recorder P10. David Owens is going to pick up your P11. Sam Milliken's going to get P12. Graham McGriven, P13. Gary Wright, P14. Terry Murphy, 15th place. Joseph Fuplas, after that wreck, he get involved in that accident, going to finish with a P16 spot. Matt Oppinger, 17th. Dave Kirkpatrick, 18th. 19th, Nate Maurer. And old Billy Kiefer going to come in at P21. Didn't see him run any laps, but his heart was there.
Well, there wasn't that many donuts from old Fred Lester, but I just want to throw this out there. Post-race donuts sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts, fueling donuts all over America. Great shout out to them. But what a race there at the end. Came down to a 2-lap shootout between Brandon Shelton and newcomer Fred Lester. As I think we're starting to get some people in the booth. Let's see here. Let's see maybe if we get any more, but I guess I'll start with Alex McCorder. Really unfortunate incident there on the last few laps there. Got caught up in an incident. Oh, and he left when I started talking to him. Oh, wait, he's back.
Oh,
yeah.
Alex?
Instead of hitting unmute, I hit it disconnect. But yeah, was running pretty good on long runs today, especially. Yeah, unfortunately, that last little restart tried to go up high out of the way and got collected in it. But good top tens, decent enough finish.
Well, you definitely wanted some points there coming to the end of this race. I don't really know if you got them. I will know once they get the points uploaded, but You're looking good to make it into the playoffs. Gonna have that shot of making a run for the title. So I wish you all good luck going on to the final race of the regular season, I believe at Kansas. So good luck to you, man.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys broadcasting. Thanks for the applause, everybody. Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll go to the 2-car of Brandon Shelton. Brandon, P2 for the old 2-car. We were watching you. We saw you turning off the car in the corner trying to save fuel. I got to ask, was there any shot of you making it to the end on that tank of fuel?
Hey guys, yeah, I think we were gonna make it, no problem. So the number 2 car, Air Force Chevrolet, had a good pitch strategy thanks to a teammate of mine who was walking me through that, and yeah, we were saving a little bit of fuel for a long part of the long run there. We were showing a couple laps short. We were able to save it. It would have been nice to see how it played out, but can't be upset at all with a P2 here. I love Dover. It's a fun racetrack. I don't know how, but out of everyone in the field, I came out with 0 incidents, which is incredible. Learned a lot from my teammate, and just in general, having a blast with this league. It really is just a great league to be a part of. And there at the end with Fred, he took the outside, which some would say is the preferred line. Others would say it's not. But I don't think it would have mattered where he restarted. He was on rails. I had nothing for him. So congratulations to Fred, and look forward to Kansas next week. And thank you guys for broadcasting with us, for us, so we can go back and watch it. I'm sure you guys are making it a great broadcast for everyone to watch, and I'm for one excited to go back and watch it.
Well, that puts you in a group with my mom watching these broadcasts there, Brandon, but it's good to know that you didn't take any teammates out in today's race at Dover.
Yeah, we thank you for that. We had a good race strategy, and our race strategy was not to wreck each other. So something I definitely should probably work on here at Dover for the Cup Series for the Brother League of QRL, and that's the BRL. I know myself and you kind of had some incidents. I would say, half on me, half on you, but hey, that's just my opinion.
Now that's let's not go blaming the real race car driver now. So I'm gonna skip on to you, and we're gonna go over to Dave Kirkpatrick in the 27. Dave, you were that first caution spinning out of 2. Just looked like you had a handful with your car on this concrete track, but overall you've been making leaps and strides to be better in this league, and it's definitely showing there, bud.
Yeah, thanks, man. Just trying to stay out of people's way and not hit the wall so much. And yeah, it just spun coming off of 2. It was comfortable actually, and it just got away from me. So I had new tires, so I think so used to running the old tires that got the new tires on there. Just really wanted to turn well, and it just got away from me. Sucked, but glad nobody else really took the brunt from it. The 17 car got me a little bit and got him a little bit, so I felt bad about that, but all good.
Hey, I want to jump in here real quick. Hey, Dave, is this your first time on an interview for QRL broadcast?
It is.
All right, Dave, first time caller, long time listener. Dave, thank you for coming and joining our interview. I want to hear a lot more from you as the season goes on.
Thanks, dude. You guys do an awesome job. I enjoy watching it all the time. And once again, the humanity got me.
It did.
Well, it gets the best of us, Dave. I know humanity got me on Sunday, and his name was Brandon Shelton. So
Ouch.
that happens to the best of us. But I'll go on to Joe Vulpes. Got our outside pole setter there. Took the lead early. Got the bonus points. Was looking very strong in the early goings of that race. Just unfortunate he got caught up in that last incident. But I'm looking at your profile picture on Discord, and it's Miles a Monster, so I'm going to guess you love this racetrack.
Oh, yeah, this is pretty much a second home racetrack to me. I'm closer to Pocono than I am to Dover, but it's second home track. went this weekend. Went last year too, and got to experience the rainouts both years. So there's a lot of deja vu this year, just like last year. But yeah, the car today was really good. I wish the first 20 laps of the race was how the whole race went because I had a pretty good lead there up to that first caution, I believe, and I felt really good about the car, and it just didn't work out with the strategies. We had a caution there that happened first pit cycle, which really messed things up, and then the same thing happened on the second pit cycle towards the end of the race, and just was not on the right strategy today to get a good finish, unfortunately, and then got caught up in that last wreck there at the end.
Yeah, unfortunately, your car looked very strong there. And before I go to our race winner, I'm going to go over to David Owens, the admin, the series admin here. You were looking really strong in the first going of that run, sitting in second place. Kind of fell back to third just due to the tire wear, but kind of got mixed up with strategy, kind of in the middle of the pack. But definitely not a bad running. Way better than last week at Watkins Glen, David.
Yeah, it was one of those races. I had fun. I love this track. My own stupidity. I got to the gas too early in the middle of that run and hit the wall and had about 30 seconds of damage and just struggled to maintain. And those cautions, both times I was under pit strategy and got caught and get the wave around. So it is what it is, but I had fun. Appreciate everybody showing up, and I'm ready to get next week's race done so we can see what this playoff picture looks like. It's definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, now I do have to ask, Kevin and I were kind of talking about how hungry are you for that first win of this second season? Do you kind of want it in the regular season, or do you want it later in the playoffs? I think I know your answer already, but I gotta ask for the viewers. Where do you want that first win of the season to come?
I'm going to pull a page out of Tony Stewart's book here. I will wreck somebody for a win. If I have to.
Easy now. NASCAR's listening, Dave. Careful.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's the great thing. I am NASCAR in this one. So no, but no, I'd like to have a win. Love to have a win in the regular season, but the way the points are, I will take a win during the playoffs to help advance.
Alrighty, that's great to hear. Now I'm gonna go to our race winner, Fred Lester. It looks like in Discord your name's Tom, so tell me, is it Fred or is it Tom? I want to get this right for your first win in QRL.
Real name Fred, but I go with Tom.
All right, I'll call you Fred since that's what I saw in iRacing. You had a really strong car there in the later going of those runs. You looked strong all race long with your teammates doing the strategy with Robert Richards. Unfortunate he was involved in an incident that brought out that caution with probably 10 to go. But yeah, I mean, you shut the door on Brandon on those restarts. You did an amazing job. How's it feel to get your first win in QRL?
Feels good, especially only been here like 2 or 3 weeks. Feels very good. My first win already.
Well, I can't wait to see more. Unfortunately, you're not eligible for the win and you're in for the playoffs, but I feel as though when Season 3 comes around, you're definitely a championship threat. Is there any final shout-outs you want to do before we close out this broadcast?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all y'all on the broadcast, David Owens, Robert Richards, and Nate Moyer.
All right, that was great teammates, great series admin. Joe Vulpes, any final shout-outs from you?
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for a great broadcast. It's always great when you guys do the broadcast, and I like your new Discord soundboard there. That's some pretty cool stuff there too. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, trust me, Kevin's already overusing it right now, but I guess I'll have to get used to it. As long as he's not singing the O'Reilly's theme, I'm very happy.
Oh.
All right,
That's a new
Alex
soundboard.
McQuarter.
That's a new soundboard right there.
I'm gonna cut Kevin off there just because I don't care enough. But any final shout-outs from you?
Yeah, give a shout out to CAVOK and you guys for the broadcast. Shout out to the soundboard. I really dig it. And shout out with a nice whoop-app for my boys back home.
Alrighty, that's great to hear. Now, Kevin, I'm going to throw it back up to you in the booth.
Thank you, Jared, for that on-the-ground reporting from the Medical Care Center. Thanks again. That's a lot of hard work being down there interviewing these sweaty drivers. But yeah, thanks to everyone tuning in again on these Wednesday nights. We really appreciate the views and the support, and we're happy to bring this to you for another Wednesday. Everybody, we got one more race next Wednesday in the regular season, and then we're going to be off to the playoffs. So hold on to your seats for that one. We'll be excited to bring that one to you guys live here on a Wednesday night. So look forward to seeing everyone here. And yeah, and then like we always say, Monday nights, tune in to CAVOK for the Alpha Touring Car program by Pim does that. And what else we got, Jared? Sunday mornings.
QRL.
Yep. Yep. Sunday morning Spotify Racing League. And Sunday night Skippies if you're in the open wheel car. So we have all your needs covered here at the CAVOK Racing Network. But I'm going to sign off for me and Jared, the Showboat Kelly. We'll see you guys here next Wednesday. Same time, same place. And until then, God bless, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Leroy Jenkins.